Hi, so today's video is on VMD. This would be a beginner's guide, so we will go through some basic commands and basic workflows on how we can actually analyze protein structures and simulation trajectories and all that. Hi, so my name is Rajni Karmakar and I am from Kapsid Simulations. Without wasting your time, let's get started. So firstly, we would need to start the VMD. So to do that, I have like this folder where I have some simulation files here. So I'll just quickly start from here. I'll go and open the terminal. I will just write VMD, and this would open up the um, like the VMD main and the VMD visualization display. So now what we would do is we just put them in place, and now we can go to File and New Molecule, and we'll browse. And we'll browse and open this md dot. Okay, so there's no md dot grow. We'll look for it. Okay, so we'll open a grow file. It could be any grow file you have in your system. So I have this grow file here, and then we will load in the same exact grow file. We will load a XTC file or a trajectory. So we'll go to production folder and then md.xtc. So now you see I have loaded this trajectory, and you can see that something is moving on the screen. So what happens here is that it looks very messy, right? Like, so there's all these irritating lines and stuff. So what happens in this line, like why this line comes? So I will just give you a quick intro on that. So during the simulation, whenever these are like periodic boundaries, as you see here, a line, and then this whole box. So all these faces are actually a periodic boundary. As the name suggests, it's periodic, right? So when any molecule crosses from this periodic boundary, it actually appears on the other side. So what's happening in for this, for these molecules, let's say like this one, is we have a hydrogen here and then an oxygen, and then the other hydrogen is on the other side. But in reality, it was supposed to be hydrogen, oxygen, and the hydrogen should be on the other side. But since it crossed the periodic boundary, it now appears on the other side, and you see a whole line. And we can actually have a very quick fix for this. To do so, we need to first, so what we would do is we would just quickly go back to our terminal, and we will create a PBC corrected trajectory. To do that, we just need to write GMX. I hope you can see the screen and you can follow up. Or what I can do is I can just increase the font size. Okay, so now I think it should be more readable, I would say. So here what we need to do is we can write GMX trajconf trgconv, and then we'll press -h, which is help, and it will show the help section of the trajconf module. So it needs like this XTC file, and it also needs a topol file as a structure, as it also says that XTC and TRR files, these will give the trajectory, and then on the other side -s, and this topol or grow file gives the structure and the mass. Okay, we kind of don't need anything else. As you see, these are like optional parameters. We will then use an output. We can have this output in many formats like XTC, TRR, GROW, and PDB, and etc. Now we will go to, so we will also use this PBC treatment. This is exactly what we are doing this step for. We need to correct the PBC. So we'll also use -UR, which is like the unit cell representation, and we will also center the protein in the center of the box. Okay, so let's get started then. So GMX trajconf -f, and we need to now give a XTC file or a TRR file. In our case, it's called md dot XTC. Then we have to give -s and a TPR file, which in our case is called md.tpr. We have to provide an output file, which is md. Let's say we want to create a grow file output. So now this grow file md. Okay, so let's call it pbc corrected. So now this output file will be named as md_pbc_corrected.grow. Now we can also use, not also, but like mandatorily use -pbc. Now it asks for what PBC treatment you want. There are a couple of them, which is none, mole, res, atom, no jump, cluster, whole. What all of these things do, I can make a separate video and you can watch it there. But for this video, we will use PBC mole, and then your unit cell presentation would be compact. Then we also wanted to do centering. So we'll write -center, and this is it. We'll press enter, so it now asks for select a group for centering. So we want to center the protein, so we'll choose the group 1 and we'll press enter. Now it asks select a group for the output. So to do that, we can actually use protein here. Oops, sorry. So now since it asks for the output, right? Like in the output, we want all these other things as well, which is like water, ions, and stuff like that, ligand maybe. So we'll use system here. So after waiting a couple of seconds, we should be able to get, as you can see here, md_pbc corrected.grow. So this file is generating. So now we have it. We will open VMD again. Okay, so here what we can do is open this molecule, this grow file, which is md_pbc corrected.grow. We'll open this, press load, and now we have this trajectory being loaded into your system. Okay, so now this has been done. If we look into some quick stats, we had about 356 frames. I'm not sure if you're able to see these small text, and I'm also not sure if I can actually make them look bigger. Maybe I can't. So I just gonna hope that you are able to see this. Okay, so what we will change is currently the view is in perspective mode, which is whatever is closer will look bigger, right? It's like normal phenomena. But then this doesn't look good for me. So what I would do is I would just go to orthographic view, where everything looks equal. So here the face of the box looks exactly of the same size as the one in the behind. So I think for me this looks good, and also for the videos this looks a bit better for me, I'll say. Okay, so now since you have the water box, what we can do is we can go into graphics and then representations. Here we want to have a separate view for the protein and the ligand. So to access the protein, we can just directly write protein and then press enter, and now everything else is removed, maybe waters, ligands, ions, right? Those things are removed. So we now have the protein here, as you can see. But now we want to create a representation for the ligand, so we will press here create rep, and we will now change this from protein to all, and then all not protein. So now as you see that if we switch off the first representation by double click on by double clicking on it, um, we see that we kind of have a box where there's no protein but everything else is there. Even like this ligand is there, as you can see, right? But we don't want this messy water around it, so we just want to remove it. To do so, we can write in the second one, we can write all not protein and not water. And now it have removed the water as well. Okay. So once you have this, we'll go back to this protein representation and we'll change from line to, let's say, points. And you can see that point kind of looks good, but it would look better if we just increase the dot size. And now it will look more familiar, I would say. So I kind of like this representation a bit. As you can see, it's quite vibrant. So what we can also do is we can change these colors. So if you just go to color ID and then we can choose by ID, so we can change these colors if you want. This looks a bit subtle, I would say. What we can also do is we can change these drawing methods, and let's choose VWD. So this is also a method. Then we can use CPK, and then we can, what we can also do is we can increase the bond, okay, let me just pause it, now it's annoying. So what we can do is we can increase these bond widths or bond radius. We can also increase the okay, so we can you see that we can also increase these you know atom radius or so, stuff like that. We can press default and we come back to the default value. We can look for Lycore here. It's kind of the same thing but with more bond radius, I would say. And you cannot change these like there are no spheres in it, I guess. Okay, this is also a good representation, I would say, if you want to make a video and stuff like that. But I think most of you are more familiar with this new cartoon representation. And what we will do with the ligand is we will change that to, let's say, Lycore. This is a good representation, or we can change this to so I think VWD looks good on ligand, and this new cartoon style is quite good on the protein. In the new cartoon style, we can also change these if you don't like, or if you want to increase them, right? That option is also there. You also can play with the thickness. So I think I like it this way, or I can okay, so I think this looks pretty good. If we change this to some other color like tan, and we change the color of the ligand to, okay, let's go to color ID and let's go to orange, or maybe blue. Nope. So okay, just for showing purpose, I think we can just choose something, maybe blue, or we can keep it in the one that was in the beginning. I think this looks better. Also, let's say you want to take out a picture, right? What you can do is you can just take out a screenshot from here, or a better method would be then to take a screenshot. Also, what you can do the same thing by using render, but before doing render, I want to remove this stuff, which is like showing XYZ coordinates. I don't want that. So to do that, I just want to go to display, access, and then off. Now that's gone. And we also want to change the background from black to something more lighter. We can go to display. So we can go to, I think, graphics, and then colors, and then display, background, and we go to white. Here it is. Okay, now you see, now you can also see this, and there's some kind of fog, right? So to change that, we have to go to this depth queuing, and now see that fog has gone. We can change some lightings options here if you don't like some light or stuff like that. You can change the lighting and see what looks best on your molecules. So I think the default was kind of better than what I'm making at this moment. So okay, we can also choose some type of materials. We came back to this graphical representation, and we can also choose some kind of materials for this protein. Let's say we want to go to translucent, or I want to go to diffuse. You see, this is non-shiny, and this looks better to my perspective, at least. We can also go to this AO shiny, or AO chalky, or edgy. These all these methods, I think it's better you just try out some of them of your own, and whatever you like at the end, I think that would be a better option, I would say. Okay, so now I have this ready. I can just play the movie, and I also want to capture this movie. But before movie, we'll quickly look into how to make the snapshots or the screenshots, right? So we just have to go to file and then render, and then this render control panel will open, and you just have to press start rendering, and you will have an image in seconds. If I put render, okay, now you see, I think this was better. But you see, when you do it like this, there is some chances of getting some bad resolution images. So what you can do is you can just go here, and you can increase the um, like the total length, or like the size of the protein. And since this uses this snapshot method, this will actually take better pictures then. So now if we press start rendering, this should open up a nice picture. Okay, somehow only the below half came. I think something is wrong, but let's check. Okay, so there are also other methods that you can use other than that, maybe tachyon, and this should also create some images. I think this looks pretty much better than the snapshot one, at least in my case. Let's try once again with a little bit increased resolution. I think this would be fine for trying, and I think it looks much better than the last time. So this is how you get high quality images. So if we now increase this a little bit more, just to check if I can get some better images. Right now it's really big. I would say it's huge at this moment. So we'll just try if we can get this image out, or we will crash out. So now we have this image here. So now you see it's so much better. You can like zoom in and it doesn't really, you know, fades out. Okay, what is the file size after doing that? Okay, so you see, since it's really big, it's like almost 54 MBs. So, like, if you want really good images, I think this is what you can do. Okay, now the image section is done. We want to get some nice videos in the next section. So let's try that out. Okay, we can cut this out. We don't need this. We have to go to extensions and then I guess in analysis it's there. Okay, in visualization, I guess. So in extensions and then visualizations and then movie maker, you go here. You have to change, let's say, the working directory if you want. Currently it's in a default directory. We go to our folder where we want to go. Let's say, where's the home? Oops. So let's say go here, humidity. So now we are here. So we have set our working directory. We will also give a name to our movie. We will now do some settings here. We don't want to take a rock and roll image of the protein, right? We want to use the trajectory to make the video. And then we also want to delete the images after the video is done. You should do this because VMD will create like hundreds of images based on how many frames you have in your system. And then if you don't delete it, there will be really a lot of files for you to handle. Then we go to format. We can keep it in the one that is there, or we can like choose something from that we like. So let's say I will use this MPEG format. So I think there's not much I need to change now. Everything else looks good. This asks, how do you want to generate your movie? Do you want to use screen capture, or you want to use Takeon, right? So let's use this one because we have a GPU, NVIDIA GPU. So let's try Movie Maker. And as you see, a lot of ppn files are being generated here. These are like images of this, whatever is happening on the screen. And once these images are done, it should pretty much make a movie out of it. So we'll just wait for this to finish. Okay, so I think this has been finished. Okay, our default thing is not able to open the video, so we'll just use VLC. And you see this has made the movie. As you see, the movie's quality is not that good. If you want to increase that quality, there are a couple of things you can do. Firstly, I think in display you can go and you can go to display settings. You can start the shadows. Okay, I'm kind of finding something. Okay, also if you want to make your images look good, what you can do is you can increase the you can make this bigger. And I think there was another option here to make them look good, but I'm not able to find it. But okay, let's leave that aside. What we can do is we can increase maybe some lightings. Let's say we added some lights. So maybe, okay, the third light was not good. I think this is good. So we will just add that and we'll say make movie. Now our system is pretty big, so it should take a little bit of time. As you can see here, it's 30 of 356. So let's wait for a few minutes and see if this gets over. Okay, so we are almost done. It's almost 320 out of 356. So it should be done any moment as we wait. So now I think it's creating the video at this moment. So now we have the video here. Say open with VMD, and now see it's the quality has improved a lot from last time, but it's still not that great, but still this is workable, I would say. Okay, now we have actually seen a lot in VMD how to visualize the simulations. We also saw how to take screenshots. We saw how to make movies, and there would be a part two of this VMD session where we would discuss about how to do some advanced visualization and how to do some advanced actually there are like a lot of options in the analysis part that you can do, and we will look into those options a little bit more. Okay, so thank you for joining me today, and I hope you have a great day ahead.